superstars, welcome back. This is part 2, so we're going on to upper body. We're going to do something more chest, front of the shoulder focused, something back focused, and then something really shoulder specific. So hang in there, make sure you've had some water, make sure you've got a towel, make sure you've got all of your gym stuff near you, as we're getting stuck straight into it. We are going to go on to eccentric push-ups. Now what that means is the phase where we go from the start of the push-up down towards the ground or down towards the surface you're holding on to. We're really focusing on that, and we're really taking that nice and slow. So you can do this with your hands on the side of the kitchen counter, on a coffee table. If you're a little bit more advanced, you can do it on the ground, and we're totally resetting after each push-up. So what I want is for you to start in a high plank, which means you're on your toes, weight over your wrists, body in a nice straight line, squeeze your quads, squeeze your glutes, and we're going down nice and slowly. This is the bit that really matters, because that's the end of the exercise, okay? So from here, you're totally resetting. This is the easy bit. Reset. Now, what I find is when people reset, they usually reset too far back, and they don't have their weight forwards enough. So when you reset, often you'll need to bring your feet forwards, and not just your feet, but then also your shoulders too, yeah? So squeeze your legs, squeeze your core, squeeze your bum, down nice and slowly, keeping the shoulders down, no shrugging. I want this space to be as large and long as possible. Down super slow, slow, to the ground, and then reset. Worm it back up, okay? It can be a worm. Make sure the feet are right, make sure the shoulders are forwards. Now try and let the chest touch the ground before anything else, yeah? So we don't want the hips to drop as we get tired. That often happens. Now, alternatives, because some people are gonna watch this and go, what the fuck, she's crazy. I can't do that. I feel you. So what we're going to do is have a yoga mat or towel under your knees, and same thing can be done. Moving slowly, and you want to be in a straight line from your head to your tailbone. So the body moves as one. This is not it, okay? There's no separation. You're not the lady at the magic show that got chopped in two, that got sawn in half. No, you are strong, and you are keeping everything from your head to your tailbone nice and straight. Now what you can also do is you can be on your knees, or you can be on your toes, and you can have your hands on something like a coffee table, something about this height. So something maybe mid-thigh height. Some countertops maybe might be a little bit too tall, because we do want it to be, in fact, quite challenging to get up off the ground, to the point where you're just resetting. You're not trying to push up off the ground for this version of push-ups. You're purely focusing on going from the top of the movement down. So a countertop may, in fact, be too high, too easy. I want you to find a surface which is really tough to lower yourself to, whilst keeping everything nice and straight and moving together, okay? So have a look around the place, see what might be a good fit for you. Typically something between knee and mid-thigh height when you stand next to it is going to be a pretty good height, but that may take a little bit of experimenting to see what's right. From here, we're going to grab a band. A looped band is fine, one with handles is fine. Let me grab mine. And we're going to do a back exercise, and we are going to be pulling the band basically apart. So we're pulling the ends of the band away from each other, keeping the wrists just below the height of the shoulders, and watch again that the shoulders stay down. So we're not shrugging for this, okay? Ribs stay in and towards the hips. Arms stay long and straight, because this is a back exercise, not so much an arm or shoulder exercise. And if I show you from the back, You'll hopefully see what I mean. Shoulders are down, shoulders are back. And we're pulling the band apart. So these are literally called band pull-aparts. That's as ingenious as the name gets, band pull-aparts. If you have a handled band, you can use that. I would not hold on to the handles themselves. I would still hold on to the main cord component of the band and do the same movement. So you want something, probably a medium resistance, something that's really thin is not going to give you enough tension, and something that's too thick, such as the band behind me, just probably won't move. So see what you can find. This one is not really one that you would do with dumbbells, but I can probably show you something similar. So if you don't have a band, but if you have plates, or maybe some like kettlebells as an example, you can do a bent over back fly. So we start with the chest tall. Remember that string on the chest, pulling it up towards the ceiling. Ribs it down towards the hips. Gentle bend to the knees. Then we're leaning forwards. Pretend I've got a plate in the other hand, and you're going to come out to the sides and then back down. Little bend to the elbow, yeah? So these are like our lateral raises almost, but more back focused, less shoulder focused. Now in this posture, we want to keep the core on. Watch that as you get tired, you don't start to get a twerky, I say twerky butt, twerky back. Yeah, get your Miley on. No, that's Friday nights only, okay? So, ribs stay in, glutes on, hamstrings on, out to the sides and back down. For that, weight-wise, you want to look around, I'm going to say 3 to 5 kilos. So it's a 5 kilo plate, that was quite tough. So on the lower end, probably 2.5, 3 kilograms. On the higher end, more like 5 or just over 6 kilos, okay? From there, we're going on to shoulders. Now we've done a shoulder press before. We're doing a slightly different variation where we're going to be half kneeling. So we're like the bottom of a split squat position, more or less 90 degrees at each knee, knee over heel, shoulder over hip, over knee at the back, toes in the ground, because they're really important. Ribs towards the hips, so core on, squeeze your bottom, and we're going to be holding the dumbbell this way. So with the end of the dumbbell towards you, nice and straight through the back of the wrist. So again, watching that we don't bend too much the wrist. Knuckles over a nice flat wrist, elbow in line with the shoulder, pushing the feet down into the ground nice and hard. We're going to push up and back. Think about getting the wrist over the shoulder at the top. Elbow comes forwards as you lower the weight. Now you really want to engage this portion of the core, especially, so that you're not tilting and twisting, yeah? So ribs down, glutes on, feet down, pushing up and back, nice long straight arm, elbow forwards as you come down. Of course, remember to change sides. Now this is quite heavy for a shoulder exercise. This is 10 kilos. I would be looking more towards 3 at the lower end, and at the higher end, more like 7.5 kilograms, yeah? In terms of bands for this exercise, if you have one with handles on it, you can kneel kind of halfway along the band, hold onto the handle, and press, as I did just now with the dumbbell. In terms of a looped band, let me see if I can get creative. Maybe I can. Maybe this will just be the most ingenious thing I've ever come up with, who knows? Let's see. This kind of works, okay? I'm not gonna say it's perfect, but it kind of works. So, you get the idea. I've looped the band around my foot. I'm putting my knee on the outer portion of the band, and then I bring my hand in. Elbow between the sides of the band, and then we're pressing up from there. The hip does get in the way a little bit, so Again, if you come up with a better way of doing this, go for it. Kettlebells will work as well. And plates, we did something similar the other day. You would hold like so, and that added dimension of instability is going to make the exercise a little bit more challenging and all the more rewarding. And that is your half kneeling shoulder press. Of course, you do each side. Remember to take a breath, have some water, and I will see you in the next video.